All right, guys, we are back here in Detroit. We are at the end of the 2023-2024 regular season and starting the playoffs. Now, we're just going to go ahead and hop into the edit lines right away just to see if there's any changes we might want to make for the playoffs. But honestly, I think this team is looking pretty decent. Let's go ahead and look at scratched. Andrew Kopp is still injured. I wonder, we'll go ahead and go into the injury report, see how long he is going to be out for. But other than that, I think our injuries are, or I think our lines are the way we are going to want to keep them. Now going into here, these guys are currently being scouted, so they will, well, doesn't look like all of them are, but I definitely wanted to speed up my franchise mode, so I didn't want to have to do all of the individual scouting. We are 7-3 in our last 10, so we are playing pretty decent. Let's go ahead and take a look at that injury report, see when Kopp will be back. Maybe if we can get him back mid-first round, that would be really good, but let's see. So he has a pulled groin, returning April 24th, so sounds like it's probably going to be late first round, maybe second round if we do have him. Let's go ahead and take a look and see where April 24th is going to fall. It would be nice to get him back, so it does look like we'll probably get him back mid to late first round if we make it that far. We are looking for a second round appearance, so April 24th will be after 4 games, so as long as we don't get clean swept, we do have Andrew Kopp back. But honestly, I'm thinking we just hop right into simulation. I have the lines all situated the way that I want them, so let's go ahead and hop into game 1. And we are going to go ahead and skip first 2 periods. It's going to be real-time sim for the 3rd period, so period 1, here we are. We do go down 1-0. Patrick Kane being their bona fide franchise player, apparently, as part of that really heavy first line that we saw at the end of the last episode. Let's go ahead and get through period 2. Period 2, wow. They just go off. They got Aho, Braun, Zucker, and Burns in the 2nd period. We're out shooting them, but Husso's having a rough game. Down by 4. I'm not going to go ahead and real-time sim the 3rd. We're just going to go ahead and skip it, and they get 2 more. So we lose 7-1 in game number 1. Husso had a really bad game. Hopefully he can bounce back from that, and our offense does need to step up a little bit with only 1 goal. Let's go ahead and hop into game number 2. Now, AHL season is complete. We did make the playoffs. Let's see. They did play game 1. It's a 1-0 win, so looking pretty good down there. Let's go ahead and jump into game 2. Now, first period. Go down 1-0 again. Teravainen, 2nd period. We do get 2 back. We have Tanner Jeannot and Dylan Larkin bring that one back. So let's go ahead and hop into the real-time sim here. You know, our offense is doing pretty decent. We do have some control in these games. It's not like we're getting wildly outshot. We actually outshot them the last time. Take advantage. Oh, second half, take advantage again. 2 power plays in the last 10 minutes of the 3rd period. Can't seem to take advantage yet. Do they take it to overtime? And they do take it to overtime. Let's see how this game plays out. I mean, we're not being wildly outshot. They do have possession now. It looks like, yeah, I mean, they have most possession here, especially in this overtime. A power play. We do kill it off, but, oh, they're at 50 shots. Oh, here we go. We can get it back. Oh, 51 shots. It's only a matter of time. We got to start taking possession. 52. We get through the first overtime. Let's go into the second. 53 and 54. Jamie Drysdale, one of our trade acquisitions, actually finishes it off for us. Who played in net that game? Husso, 2 goals on 54 shots. That is very impressive. Wow. Let's go ahead and see what his stats looked like. 963 at a 1.47. Yeah, that was a really good game for Husso. Let's see. So it looked like it was that 3rd line that gave up the goal for us. Kubalik, Roslovic, and Zadina. Yep, it was that 3rd line. And the goals for were the top two lines. Well, actually, the bottom line and the top lines. So that's pretty interesting. Larkin and Jeannot, first and fourth line, getting us the production there. Let's go ahead and hop into game 3. Now, we did secure Andrew Kopp coming back for part of this series. So let's go ahead and hopefully have an even series, if not up 3-1 when Andrew Kopp comes back. So let's go ahead and hop right into game number 3 here. And first period, we do go up. Jamie Drysdale. Second period, they get 2 back, both with Pacioretty. One about 11 minutes in, or one with 11 minutes left, and one with 1 minute left. So see if we can come back here. We are out shooting them this game. We do have the pressure. Let's see if we can go ahead and make that amount to a tying goal and potentially a winning goal. 10 minutes left. Not looking too great. And Patrick Kane extends it to 2. So, oh, and then they get another one really late. All right, so looking down 2-1 here in the series. We definitely want to get out of the first round, but looking at their team, that is some heavy offensive firepower to limit. I mean, we've given up 7, 2, and 4. Wallander is fully healed. Yeah, we want him getting playoff experience. Let's go ahead and get him back in the lineup. So Casper did grow up to a 79, so he'll probably be NHL ready next year, which is really nice. Soderblom hopefully gets a jump and will be NHL ready next year. Rasmussen doesn't look like he's going to be doing too much more growing. After that, how about defense? Evanston 79, he might be NHL ready next year. Same with Wallander and possibly Johansson. We'll have to see how those guys progress, but Wallander is still in there. So we're looking pretty good there. Now let's go ahead, and Kopp is fully healed, so he's back for game 4, which is really nice. Let's go ahead and get him back in there. I think that'll make a big difference here. A much more defensive forward for that second line. So we are going to go ahead and get, was it Jeannot that we took out? Yeah, let's go ahead and slot Veleno back down. I know this isn't how we're actually going to run the lines, but let's go ahead and get Kopp back in there. He is fully healed. And then let's see. So is there a way that we can get this to not be too bad? Donskoy. Yeah, because these guys, just none of them actually fit that fourth line. Third line is only Roslovic. Getting Kubalik down there only makes it a -1. I think we should run it like this. I don't mind this. What about Zadina on the second line? Yeah, let's get Zadina on the second line, Beauvillier on the third line. Hopefully Zadina can get some second line goal production with Lehkonen and Kopp. Defense, how is it working out so far? Drysdale is a -6 on that top line. A lot of minuses on defense. What does this chemistry look like? Yeah, we're gonna try getting I mean, I want him getting the most line time because he's an offensive defenseman. You know what, we're just gonna stick with it. Hopefully they stop giving up goals. Let's go ahead and get to that next game. Here we are, and sim game. All right, let's even up the series now that Kopp is back in, and let's take a hold of this series. First period. We do get 3 in the first period, and it is Beauvillier, Kopp, and Laine. So moving Beauvillier down to that third line, he gets a goal. Kopp back on the second line gets a goal, and Laine on the first gets a goal. That's really nice. Second period, we get another one. Zadina on the second line with that goal production. All right, we're up by 3. Let's just sim the period. And Dylan Larkin and Glendening. So production across the board. That's what you like to see. So having Kopp back definitely at least made an impact on this first game. A lot of +2s here. Drysdale got a point. He's a +2 in that game. Sider got 2 points, +2. Lehkonen, 2 assists. Zadina, goal and assist. Yeah, that's looking good. All right, so we're definitely sticking with these lines. I think we got something that works here. We evened up the series at 2, so let's go ahead and see how game 5 goes. So we are up here against a very heavily offensive Carolina Hurricanes. Let's see if we can hold them down to 1 goal again. I think we hold them to 1 goal and we can take most of these games. It's going to be tough. First period. And right there already at 2, Zucker and Marty Natchez. Second period. They get 2 more. Valimaki tries to bring us within 2 goal, or within technically 3, or within 2, because they had 3 at that point. He was shorthanded, but their power play goes in, gets them. Let's go ahead and get rid of, yeah. Then Patrick Kane scores for another one. They tried to bring us back here, but it was too little too late. We are down 3-2 in the series here. They have so much offensive firepower. It's really hard to hold them back. And a lot of superstar abilities as well. So it is a tough series, and we know that. Let's go ahead and get into game 6. Hopefully we can win this one on home ice and give us a shot at game 7. First period, we do score 3. Drysdale, Zadina, and Veleno. Period 2. They do get 2 back, but we go ahead and extend it to a 2-goal lead again with Beauvillier. Let's go ahead and real-time sim this third period. Now we are getting wildly outshot. They do have a power play. All right, we kill it off. That's good to see. We're getting wildly outshot, and they get 1 back very early into a power play. We have a power play, extended to 2. There we are. Dylan Larkin doesn't get it on the power play. Oh, Brent Burns brings it back within 1. All right, got to hold on here. 5 minutes. 4, 3, 2. Oh, and they tie it up. I'm assuming an empty net goal. It is in overtime. Let's see if we can keep our playoff life alive, and we can't. So we do drop in 6 to Carolina. Now, I'm not extremely concerned about that. We did make some downgrades throughout the year, but I think our team next year will be better than any year we've had so far with all of our medium elites. Every player is going to grow, but we do have some salary to work out here now. So this is going to be interesting. Let's go ahead and get up to player retirements. We are going to see who wins the cup when it gets there. Actually, stop simulation. I want to watch our AHL team, see how they perform. So they swept round 1, which is really nice. Let's go ahead and see how they do in round 2. We are going to go ahead and get into May. Let's just go to game 4 here for them. They win game 1. They lose an overtime game 2. They lose an overtime game 3. All right, let's see how they're doing here. They win game 4, so they tap the series 2-2. Let's see. They lose, so they're down 3-2 in the series. Let's go ahead and get up here, see if they can get it to game 7. And they don't, so they lose in round 2. So that's interesting. They at least got into round 2, so that's good for our young players down there. But let's go ahead and get up here to the retired players. Now, it will stop to tell us who won the cup. Calder Cup was Bridgeport Islanders, and the NHL Nashville Predators fire their head coach. So we lost to the Carolina Hurricanes. We did take them to game 6, and they won the cup. So not too bad. Let's see. So Arizona went from 6-1. Other than that, Nashville moved. So that means everybody went down 1 spot, and Arizona went from 6-1. So Arizona looking like they're getting a good draft pick here. Let's go ahead and review the retired players. Are we going to get a chance to? Are there no retirements? Let's see. No way, there's no retired players, right? Okay, there we go. View retired players. Let's go ahead and see who we got here. So Joe Thornton, Big Jumbo Joe. Eric Stahl, Louis Erickson, Franz Nielsen, Andrew Cogliano, Cal Clutterbuck, Darren Helm is now retired. He kept a good overall. Brad Richardson, Brian Boyle, Cody Franson, Riley Nash, Jordy Ben, Brendan Smith. How did he hold up? He went all the way down to 75. Marcus Kruger, Ryan Reeves, Bartkowski, Connaughton, and then not many games played here. We got Tennyson. I recognize that name, but other than that, not too many. So let's see. Detroit Red Wings, Patrick Hillen as a retired coach. Grand Rapids Griffins, none. So we got to look at replacing Patrick Hillen. The following retired players are now Scout, Louis Erickson, and Jumbo Joe. I'm good without pre-draft interviews, so let's go ahead and hop into the draft here. Now, I'm not trading up. We have all of our pieces for the foreseeable future. So let's go ahead and start draft. We got some time here. What we're just going to go ahead and do is go into the proposed trade scheme, see if there are any actual... let's see, we're just going to go to the find trade screen actually, rather than offer trade. And we are going to see, so, years left 1. These are the players I'm looking at having to re-sign for some money. So we got Sider, we got Raymond, we got Rasmussen. Now these guys aren't going to take up any big chunks of money. Looks like we have 17 mil in cap space available. So potentially not re-signing certain players. Let's see, are there any contracts that we want to dump that are too much money and we can replace in free agency for cheaper? Let's see. So we're looking at potentially not Drysdale. He's growing, so he's going to be worth that contract. But Valimaki, we might have to part ways with. We might have to go with someone who's cheaper than that. Kubalik, he isn't going to count us. He isn't going to count against any money. So let's go ahead and go into years left here. Now, anyone that we need to part ways with. Now, Keandre Miller could get a bump in overall, and I think we do still need that second. Well, it's going to be Drysdale and Sider. Here, you know what? Let's go like this. Let's check it like this. So, honestly, I don't think there's any trades we're going to be able to make here. I think it's going to go all into, because I can't view contracts here, so I don't, here's my thing is, if there is a way to free up some space, I would want to do it before we get to the re-sign phase, because I don't want to have to, like, I could get these guys, I could give their contract re-sign rights to someone else. Let's see. So maybe someone like Cop is someone we could move. The only problem is we do have a bunch of heavy contracts already. I think Cop would be the player we could move. This is going to be interesting. So I think where our problem lies is we have too many of these mid-tier players. Let's go ahead and go to forwards. So we know our top three. Line A, Raymond, Larkin. Second line, it looks like we have 5 second line players. So who do we want as our second line? So I'm thinking we go Beauvillier, Zadina, and Roslovic for our second line. So like Kopp and Lehkonen could get moved here. So we might actually be able to do that for a first round pick. Now, third line, we definitely, yeah, I mean, we can sign the third line players and everything for cheaper contracts when we get there. It's this 10 mil right here that I'm actually concerned about. So let's go ahead and just remove these. We're not going to get a top 10 pick for them. I mean, I don't think we will at least. So let's see. We got Teratukin, 81 overall, medium elite, two-way forward. That's a really nice player. Let's go ahead and take a look at him. He does have some X factors, and he is 81, so he is ready for the NHL. He's a left wing, but he's got 80 face-offs. He's got great X factors. Wow, this guy is going to be, yeah, he's going to be great for the Coyotes. Let's go ahead and, yeah, so what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to find trade. We're just looking to dump these contracts. Now, I think, here's the thing, is I don't think we need a guy who's going to be good in 3 years, because we have all of these contracts that are still going to have money in 3 years. So realistically, I don't think we need to sign some medium elite guy that's going to be ready in the NHL in 3 years. We have a lot of guys who are going to be ready for the NHL, and we're going to have our core. So I don't think we're going to be drafting high. So what I think we're going to go ahead and do is let's find those guys. It's going to be Beauvillier, Zadina, and Roslovic as our second line. So what I think we want to do here is add asset for Cop and see what people are willing to do. So here's my thing is I would be willing to go down in money for Cop. 2 seconds. Let's see. So maybe is there someone we could take as like a third line or fourth line player? So 2 seconds, not too bad. We could probably get some top 6 D-men, maybe top 9 forwards like that. we would be getting one of our draft picks back. We could get the 20th overall 24 pick. Now that would be guaranteed depth for the future. Actually, I like that. We're accepting that right away. Let's go ahead and get that trade done. So we're looking at, once again, it was, so Lehkonen is someone we're getting rid of here. So we're going Beauvillier, Zadina, and Roslovic. So Lehkonen, let's go ahead and find trade open block here and see what we can get. So the 2 seconds again, we've got the 17th overall. I don't think that's going to be a medium elite, so we could go with the 17th overall. We've got the 19th and another pick as well. 23rd and a third. What was this trade? No, I don't want to take more salary. So the 17th, I think I'm going to take that one for Lehkonen. I like that a lot. All right, so now what we're looking at here is on our forward core, we have Larkin, Laine, Raymond, Beauvillier, Zadina, Roslovic, and then we have Kubalik, Veleno, and we could do like Rasmussen. Jeannot, Glendening is probably going to retire. I probably won't re-sign him, but we're looking at only fourth line players that we have to re-sign, or that we're going to have to sign from free agency, and we have 25 mil of cap space. So I think we're looking good there. Neterost, power forward, 81 overall, medium elite. So that's not too bad. 6'5", 220, that's definitely a big body. He does look NHL ready, except for those defensive stats. His shooting is already very good, so he'll probably be a good goal scorer. And it looks like a great power play player to put right in front of the net. So that's really good. That looks like a good power play guy for the Golden Knights for the future. Now, we are looking at having pick 17 and 20 here. So I think our trades are done. I don't think there's anyone else we need to get rid of right now. So let's go ahead and sim to pick number 17. Let's see what we can get here. So there are some still top 4 mediums, top 6 mediums available. Let's go ahead and see if we have any guaranteed scouted here. We do have a top 4 medium in Kindle, and he guaranteed has X factors. You know what? That is definitely someone we're going after. Boom, Roddick Kindle. I am not even questioning it. He has X factors, top 4 medium, 100% we're going for him. What about this Brain guy? No X factors, so we definitely got the better pick there. Let's go to pick 19. We got Virgilio, no X factors, so we got a great pick there. Let's go ahead and look at pick number 20 here. So we are going for depth here. Let's see. So Yuki Peltola, Bryce Cracknell, Marks, Dmitriev, Earl, and then we know nothing about some of these guys. Ooh, Malachi Boyer. Now, this is a first round projected goalie here. I think we go Malachi Boyer. First round projected goalie is insane. Starter medium, so it could have been better, could have been worse. But I am cool with that pick. Starter medium. Let's see. He does have X factors, sponge and last stand, so not too bad there. I think that's actually a decent pick for the future. And then we have to pick 114, so let's go ahead and sim through that. Now, I'm not worried about the rest of these picks. We're not a drafting team right now. We're a team that's trying to make the cup, and I think we have all of the right pieces. So what we're going to go ahead and do here is we are going to sim to the re-sign phase, and we are going to go ahead. We got contracts. We can worry about all that afterwards. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at what we are working with here. I think we're going to have about 25 mil of cap space, so that's not too bad. Let's go ahead and see what we're working with. So we have 38 mil, so we definitely have money to get everybody signed. So the couples that are guaranteed are Cider. Let's go ahead and just go to all expiring. So the guaranteeds are Cider, Raymond, Beauvillier, Roslovic, Kubalik, Miller, Rasmussen. Glendening we can go ahead and offer as depth. Same with Jeannot. All these guys are going to want like two ways and or definitely want to re-sign. So let's go ahead and look at expiring goalies. So not too bad there. So our money is definitely going into these top guys up here. So Raymond, what do you want? You want 8 years at 8.6. Now, Let's see. When does Edvinson have to re-sign? So let's go ahead and go to main roster. Edvinson, we do still have a little time on. So a couple of their contracts will probably expire by then, so we can get him re-signed. Let's see. So Edvinson, yeah. So Valimaki will expire. Clifton will expire. So I'm cool with really stacking up this team. We have a guaranteed future. So let's go ahead and go to all skaters, all expiring. So I'm cool with offering Raymond 8 years. Let's try to get him at like 8.2 maybe, see if we can save like 0.4 mil. Cider, he's going to want a big contract. Actually, not too bad. If we offer him 8, we might be able to get him there at like 7.35. Let's try that. That wouldn't be a bad deal for the future. Now, Beauvillier, he doesn't want an extension. He wants 6 mil. I think we wait on that. Roslovic, yeah, that's a good contract. Let's go 3 at like 3.8, see if he'll take that. Kubalik, I don't mind having. Let's go like 2 years. Actually, so let's keep him on the same as Roslovic. So let's go ahead and go 3 years for him. You know what? Actually, 2 is good for Edvinson. So let's go ahead and give him like 2 at 2.6. He should be okay with that. Miller, we're definitely going to grab back. Let's try to go 2 at like 2.3. I'm good with that. Rasmussen, he doesn't want an extension, but we can give him 2 at like 2.1. Hopefully he'll take that. Glendening, we can give him a 1 year. Yeah, 2-way 1 year. That's perfectly fine with me. Tanner Jeannot, 2 is good with me, but let's get it at like 1.6. Robert Hagg, 2 is good. Let's try to get him at 1. I'm good with that. Gustav Lindstrom is a 2-way contract. I am good with giving him that. Adam Ernie, I'm good with being down there. Matt Luff, I'm good with being down there. Jake Wallman, I'm good with being down there. Zarnik, I'm good with being down there. Hiroshi, yeah, we can keep him. They're performing well down there, so that's really nice. McIsaac, we definitely want back. Hopefully he can grow in the offseason. Giovanni Smith, I'm good with being down there. Johansson, we definitely want back. Let's see. So, Sabrango, release. Chris Cuolo, release. Chase Pearson, release. Matherin, release. Thompson, release. And Barton, we can go ahead and grab back. I'm cool with that. So, I think we have all of our skaters offered. Let's go ahead. We're going to advance day. Make sure we get these guys signed before we go for Beauvillier. Goalies, they both want extensions, and they can definitely fit on the team. So, we can go ahead and get these guys signed up. But I think that's all we need to do for our players. Let's go ahead and advance day. So, see who we get signed. We're just going to spam through it. And we can see who rejected and who didn't. So, rejected. Lucas Raymond did reject. We do still have 25 mil, though. So, we definitely have enough money to work with to make sure we get these guys signed and work with free agency. So, Lucas Raymond, I'm good with 8 years. Let's try it at 8.5 rather than 8.3. Beauvillier, I'm still going to wait on. Roslovic, let's try 2 at 3.5. I think we can get him at that. Hag, let's try at just 1.1. That's not much money, so it's not going to take up much. Zarnik says he does want a contract. Let's go 2 years. We can give him 0.925. That's fine. All right, let's go ahead and advance day again. Raymond re-signed. Okay, so everybody but Roslovic signed again, so 17 mil. Now, let's go ahead and rather than all expiring, I wish I could look at just players with a contract. So, see what we're looking at here for forwards. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we only have 9, but Casper will be ready for sure, which makes it 10. So if we got those 2 signed, we wouldn't even have to go to free agency for forwards. Let's take a look at defensemen here. Drysdale should get a bump. So looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we definitely have that. And Edvinson will come up. So Clifton will actually drop to... Clifton will drop to our depth player. So I'm good with that. So we don't need any defensemen signed. So we can actually put some money into these two guys and still have cap space. Let's go ahead and look at our goalie situation. So we have Husso Nedeljkovic still. Kosa might get the jump up as the backup, so we can move Nedeljkovic. Boyer, we're definitely going to want to get signed. Okay. So I think what we're going to go ahead and do is we are going to put money into these guys. I am cool with doing that. How many years does Beauvillier want, though? I would like to get him at 2, and we can go ahead and give him like 6.3 for 2. I'm good with that. And then Roslovic, same thing. I'd like to go 2. We can do like 3.9 for 2. That puts us at about 10 mil on those guys. And now let's go ahead and go to all skaters, unsigned. Now, okay, so we definitely don't want to let these guys go to free agency. So we're going to go ahead and sort by these. So Gonchar I can leave. Brustovich, I'm pretty sure he has a, he doesn't have X Factors, but he played well with the Kitchener Rangers while he was over there. So we definitely want to get him under contract now. He can play in the AHL this year. Kindle at 64. He does have those X Factors. I'll wait on that just for a second. Not for long, but just for a second. Bonk, I think we want to go ahead and grab up. Same with Morin and for Gion. Let's go ahead and give them some contracts. I don't want them to drop to free agency. Now let's see. Yeah, I'm not worried about getting Smith signed. He's not going to turn into anything. So, okay. Gonchar, Stanislav Gonchar. We can let him try to grow for one more year with either a college team or something else. But Kindle, now it does say other defensemen. I don't think he's quite ready. Let's give him one more year. Yeah, let's give him another year without being signed. It's just these guys I really didn't want to let drop to free agency. So let's go ahead and advance day. Roslovic signed and Beauvillier signed. So we don't even have to go to free agency this year, which is really nice. Smith, I'm fine with letting drop to free agency. These other guys we're going to let try to grow in minor systems. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we have. So just for forwards, we've got, and remember Casper's going to grow. He's going to be ready for the NHL this year. There's line 1. There's line 2. There's line 3. And Glendening, Jeannot, Donskoy, Casper, those in some sort of combination can combine for line 4. We might actually want to sign. We'll look at because Soderblom might also grow a little bit. We can look and see what it looks like when season hits, because I don't think all 80s and 79s are going to be signed. So signing depth probably won't be too bad. We can check and see at the beginning of the year, but I think we have all the players we are going to work with in year number 3. So I do think Drysdale is going to get a bump, which can make him play up with Sider for sure. Keandre Miller with Colin Miller, and or maybe Valimaki gets a bump up to 83, 84. And then one of those combinations for defense with Edvinson. So we will see how it stacks up. I do like how cheap our defense is. That is really nice. So next thing we're going to go ahead and do is just hop into the coaching staff, get them all re-signed, as well as the scouts. But we will have to hire an NHL assistant coach. So what we're actually going to do for that is we're going to hop over to our actually we might do an overhaul of the coaching staff in this video again, and then because I want to make sure our schemes are fitting really well for our top couple lines and our power play. I want to make sure that we have a bona fide, because we have the pieces up front to score a lot of goals. I want to make sure that Larkin, Laine, and Raymond have good chemistry. So What we're going to go ahead and do is re-sign the AHL coaches. I'm good with that. We can go ahead and offer them their contracts. Re-sign the AHL goalie coach. I'm good with that. Oh, crap. That just said AHL assistant coach. All right, let's just advance day slowly here. I'm not interested in joining with this job title. And Andreychuk. Okay, so what did I do there? So the AHL head coach is not happy with that job title. So role is AHL head coach. There we go. And give him the money. There we go. Now he should sign. So we do need to get an NHL coaching staff, but what I want to go ahead and do here is check the I want to check the center, like the scheme that we're going to need, and try to get a coach that fits it. So let me see, is there a hire? So there's no hire staff, so hire staff isn't available yet. So we're going to go ahead and sim to free agency here. So Franco, okay, so he did accept, so we're good there. Following scouts have not been renewed. We can go hire scouts. I'm not worried about that. Okay, so I don't think we're actually going to get into any games this season, but we're going to go ahead and do a coaching overhaul. We are going to go ahead and do a scout overhaul. So we're going to like fully rework the coaching staff of this team for this year. So, all right, now what we can do is we can go ahead. I am going to really quickly grab a notepad so that we can I'm going to open up a notepad on another screen so that we can have a let's see, here we go, writing notes online. All right, so line 1, best chemistry is going to be, so let's go ahead and we are just going to hop into proposed trade. This will be one of the easier screens to do it in. So here we are. Let's see what we got here. So line number 1 is going to be Larkin, Line A, and Raymond. So their preferred schemes. Does it tell me in this? Okay, so compatibility for Larkin, player preference. All right, so let's see. So Larkin has the preferences of carry, shoot, balanced, and don't block. But that's not a bad fit for line number 1. He's got a good fit on line number 1. Let's go ahead and see. Line A has a great fit for line number 1, but let's go ahead and just mark down. Line A is carry, shoot, efficient, and balanced. And then we need to get to Raymond here. It has no data. That's a bit unfortunate. Cider also has no data. So am I not going to be able to tell? So Drysdale doesn't fit with... He doesn't fit with Turner's playstyle. Valeno fits with no playstyle, but his coaching satisfaction is very high. That's interesting. So that's all really interesting. We might not actually have to. We can just try and find a coach that will help that first line with chemistry. So it looks like carry, shoot, and then balanced is going to be the best. Let's see if we can find a coach that has carry, shoot, balanced, and or at least matches most of those. So let's just, for the heck of it, go look at free agency. Austin Matthews is in free agency. That's interesting. No teams are interested because of how much money he wants, but that is insane. Okay, so just out of curiosity here, I mean, are there any players we would guarantee want to go after? Oh, not defenseman. That was the wrong list. Let's go to just UFAs here. All right, so guaranteed UFAs. I mean, Vesalainen, ain't no way he's growing into anything. I mean, he wouldn't want any money, so we could toss him in the AHL. That wouldn't be too bad since we're ripping some AHL players away. You know what? Just for the heck of it, let's go ahead and toss him in the AHL. Boom. Vesalainen sign. Now let's see. Any other players? Middlestat, no. Benson, Tyler Benson. His role is fourth line forward. I don't want to give him that. His role is also fourth line forward, but top six medium. You know what? Let's just sort by potential. See what we're looking at here. Vesalainen. Benson wants a real contract. Now, I mean, we're dropping into a lot of people here who... This is all real free agency here. Top four medium. Any guys here? This guy Brook, Josh Brook, he wants a real contract though. Samurakov, Dmitry Samurakov. He has top six and a team interested. I don't really want to fight over it. Alright, so what we can go ahead and do is just sort by overall again. Alright, so we are up here at the top for overall. Now... Let's see. No. Sperry Kapanen. Nah, he wants too much money for what he is down there. Anyone down here? I mean, 1 year they're gonna drop off. I don't want that. They're all gonna drop off. So 2 years wouldn't be awful on some players. So who wants some 2 years? No, I'm not going after Silverberg. Not going after Nino Niederreiter. Not going after Adam Henrique. Not going after Jonathan Taves. He's going to drop off even more in those 2 years. Barabanov. No. No, I think we have the roster, so I don't think I'm going after free agency. No. No free agency for this team. I think we have the pieces. We're going to stick with what we have. So, I think what we're going to go ahead and do here is hire staff available yet? Hire staff is available. So, let's go here. So, we want carry, shoot, balanced. That's what we're looking for coaches. So, we need an NHL assistant coach. Let's just go ahead and sort by overall here. What are we looking at here? This guy wouldn't be too bad. I like this guy. He's got forwards. Please have the scheme that we want. Line fits with him well. It looks like Larkin fits well. Line Larkin, they both fit well, so that's not too bad. Team strategies. Forward line 1, he wants carry, shoot, efficient, balanced. That wouldn't be too bad. No, that'll be really good. Okay, Korolev we definitely want. So, let's go ahead. I'm willing to go over on money. NHL assistant coach, offer contract. No other teams want him, so we are the only team interested there. Hopefully we can go ahead and get him signed. That should be good chem for that first line. Let's go ahead and advanced day. I'm not worried about scouts too much. Actually, you know what? Let's just make sure we have all the scouts we need. All right, hire scouts. Let's go into this scouting screen. All right, so We have none for, all right, so let's look here. NHL, we don't have enough. You know what, let's go into the scouting screen for this just so we can see what we actually need. Where's the sign scout? Here we go. All right, so all these all right, so is there any NHL Pacific that we can get? All right, so let's go. We're going to take our time with this, make sure we have the good scouts. Furland, where can you go? NHL Pacific, you're an A-. NHL Pacific, so let's see. NHL Pacific A+ with an A- scout. Relatively cheap, so we're going to go ahead and go get 2-2. We're firing DuPont. So, fire DuPont. Let's go get 2-2. Alright, so 2-2, hire. Let's go ahead and give him some money. We have a lot of budget scout, offer contract. Boom, Keaton 2-2. So that's our NHL Pacific. So NHL Atlantic, I mean, it has regions efficiency A-, but overall is D. So this is NHL Atlantic. So let's go into hire scouts. See if there are any NHL scouts with A+ in Atlantic way up here. So, NHL. Now, Furland. Let's see. Does he have he doesn't have an A+ in any of them, but he's got great efficiency, discovery, X Factor attribute. So I wouldn't mind. Where could we toss him? We could toss him in the Metro. So let's go ahead and get him. A lot of teams are interested, so let's give him max salary offered and contract. See if we can go ahead and get Furland for, what was it? We were going to toss him in the Metro. So we have Metro and then 2-2 for Pacific. So we need Central. So we have, wait. Furland for Metro. 2-2 for Pacific, or did we pull him in? No, yeah, for Pacific. Right? Yeah. We have Pacific, we have Metro. So let's go back and Pacific for Pateni. Wait, that's AHL. So we have NHL Atlantic for, so we need to find a different Atlantic. Overall is D. No, we're not keeping that. So let's find NHL Atlantic. So we go back to regions, NHL. Sort by overall here. There we go. All right, Norton. So we need Atlantic now. So he has Atlantic A+. Looks good across the board for me. Efficiency and discovery and X factors. So we're good there. So let's go ahead and get Norton signed. Give him max. I'm good with that. All right. So we have the 4 NHL scouts we're going to need. Metro we have with him. We have Atlantic here. We have Pacific, so we need a Central. So Boynton, A- Central, Olchik, A+ Central. So we're going to go ahead and get him for Central. Go ahead and offer him max as well. There we go. So our NHL scouts are good. I'm not actually worried about AHL scouts in the slightest. So AHL scouts, I mean, we're not trading for AHL players to fit. So we're going to go ahead and fire Pateni, fire Evans, and fire Mebus. So now we need AHL scouts. So all of these look good to me so far, but we are going to look at, okay, so go ahead and take a look at Joffrey Park. We have OHL. So with scouts here, we're looking at, all right, so we need 3 USA scouts, which we have none of so far. So let's go ahead and get 3 USA scouts. Boom, USA. Now we got some good overall scouts here to work with. We need USA East, Central, and West. So Patolny, what do you have? You have USA West at A+. You're the best scout available. Teams interested is 8. So what we're going to go ahead and do is just try and give him max money. See if he'll come here. Moreau has USA East he's decent on. So what we're going to go ahead and do is Moreau for USA East, try and get him at max. And then this guy here, Strachan, he's not being approached at all. So we're going to approach him for Central. So let's go ahead and offer these 3 contracts. Okay, so after those guys, now we need Canada. So we need WHL, which we have no scouts in. So let's go ahead and this guy, Discovery, we're going to want one of the A-minuses. So this guy looks good to me. Yep, I like this guy. Team's interested in is 2. We go max money. Boom. Go ahead and give him one. So WHL, we have one. QMJHL, we need one now. So let's go ahead and go over to Q. Here we go. So Denon. X Factor at A-. I'm good. Yeah, A on defense. So I am good with Benin. So let's go ahead and give him max money. There we go. All right, so we have USA, WHL, QMJHL. Let's go ahead and look at Europe. So let's back out for a second, see who we already have at Europe. Is it Dahl? Not 100% sure. Let's go to scout info. Okay, so Europe is Extra Liga. So yeah, we have Extra Liga. So let's go ahead and go back and do hire. We need to hire for Europe other than Extra Liga. So Europe here. Let's go ahead and what does Rocco's have? He can go NLA. I'm good with that. Boom. Offer him a contract. All right. Where does Markstrom? So we have NLA and Extra Liga. So we don't need, I mean, we can get him for, what was it? DEL. So now we just need one for ice. Let's go ahead. Peterson, what's your ice looking like? A+. Perfect. So let's go ahead and grab you. So we have Europe covered there. Let's go ahead and look at everything else. So let's see. Scout info for Jensen is SHL Nordic. SHL is Nordic. So we have a Nordic there. Liga, I'm pretty sure, is also Nordic. So we just need Allsvenskan. So let's go ahead and hire an Allsvenskan scout, which will be under Nordic. And we got a couple B's here. So hopefully we can get an Allsvenskan. That's an A-. Who's the best? He's got an A+, and Zabinajad also has an A+. So who's the better of these two? Now reflexes, I mean, that's for goalies. Goalie puck control, not really too worried about. Other than that, so I mean, what's this? So goalie puck control, reflexes, are they the same? They're the exact same for everything else. So I would rather have reflexes scouted better. So let's go ahead and grab Santala. And boom, offer contract. There we go. So I think we have all of the scouts that we need, right? So Nordic only has the 3 leagues. We have CHL fully there. Russia, we're good. Europe, we got all 4. USA, we got. And NHL, we got. Okay. So let's go ahead. And what we're going to go ahead and do is advance a couple days here. See if we can get our coaches and our scouts. And then we're going to go ahead and rearrange the scouts. So let's see. Okay. So we got our coach. That's big. Let's go ahead and decline and edit. I think we have the team we want. So let's go ahead and get rid of all of these wants and surpluses. Now, once we have our coaches and scouts, we got our coach. So we know we have all our coaches that we want, which is really big. Once we get all of our scouts, we're going to go ahead and rearrange them. Sim to the beginning of the season. Nope, I don't want to add anyone to the trade block. Go back to surpluses here. Once we have all of our scouts hired, we're then going to go and rearrange their regions. All right, so we got that. We got that. We got him. We got him. We're going to have a lot coming through. We hired a lot of scouts here. I've decided to go with another team. So Roman Rakos went with another team. Pedersen, I don't know where Rakos was. So that's a little unfortunate. So this is going to take a little bit of a diving into. Let's go ahead and go back to hire staff. All right, so, or not, no. We want to do this through the assign scout screen. So let's go ahead and go back to the assign scout screen. Let me get another drink of water here really quickly. All right, so let's just check. We don't have all of our NHL scouts here, but let's see. So we did get a couple scouts signed. Now I need to find where that Roman Rakos guy was gonna be. So can we go to, I don't think we can go to approached, which really sucks. Was he WHL? Let's see. So let's go ahead and go to WHL. Nope, we have Talixon for WHL. Let's see. So let's just scroll through here. We have an OHL scout, so it's not OHL or QMJHL. USA, we have 2 signed and this guy, so hopefully we can get him. If not, we're gonna have to look again. Let's see, was he Europe? So we have 2 Europe scouts and there are 4 leagues, so it looks like it was potentially Europe. Yeah. So Markstrom, we are gonna get him in at Extra Liga. So, which means we have DEL, NLA, and ICE to worry about. We have 2 already, so DEL, NLA, and ICE. Let's see which ones. We have DEL, NLA, and ICE. So we have NLA. All right, so he, I think, was our ICE scout that we were going after. I'm pretty sure. DEL, NLA, and ICE. Because we already have Dahl as Extra Liga, right? DEL, NLA, and ICE. Yeah, so... Oh wait, we have an NLA scout here. And we have an Extra Liga scout. DEL. So we have NLA and Extra Liga. So... And or we have NLA and DEL. Could have ICE. There's a lot of combinations we could have here between these 2. So I think we're just going to stick with them rather than rearranging them. So NLA and Extra Liga is what we have. So we need DEL and ICE. So let's go back into this hire scout screen. We need DEL and ICE for Europe. So let's go ahead and go back to Europe. Markstrom, DEL, or... so he's for Extra Liga. So whoever we have in Extra Liga right now is going to move. But let's go ahead and see if we can get any of these guys here. DEL, there we go. A plus offer contract. Boom. All right, we're going to keep advancing days. See if we can get all these scouts signed. As soon as we see one reject, we're going to have to go back into it to try and get more signed, but advanced day here. Keenan Tutu signed. Ferlin signed. That's good. He was like one of the best scouts there was. Talixon signed. Markstrom signed. We got the Vesalainen, so he can go ahead and play NHL time. Maybe he can grow. Let's go ahead and go into assign scout. See if there are any we're still waiting on here. We are at 17. Let's see. So we got our 4 NHL scouts. That's big. Now we could go to the hire scout screen and see if we're missing anything. Now we definitely don't need 2 SHL scouts. So where is this guy? Let's see. So SHL is an A+, and Allsvenken is an A+. What about Jensen? SHL is an A+. So Santala, we're gonna go ahead and I can't rearrange region yet, but let's see. So let's go and just go to amateur. We have WHL, OHL, and QMJHL. We have the 3 USAs. DEL, NLA, Extra Liga, and SHL are our 4 Europes. Wait. DEL, NLA. No, Extra Liga is Nordic. No. Oh no, ICE is Nordic, SHL isn't. So we don't have that ICE scout signed yet. But SHL, we have SHL Liga and Allsvenken. So we have those 3 good. We just don't have our ICE scout signed yet, and then we have Russia. So I think all of our scouts are signed here. Now we're gonna have to rearrange these guys to make sure they're in. So like Furland, I don't want an NHL Central. I want him in Metro, which means that Olchik is probably for Central, correct? There we go. Yep. So I got all A pluses with A's for that. So they should be able to, if we make trades for like chemistry or something, they'll be able to make sure they have fits for us on good lines. All right, let's go ahead and advance a couple more days, see if we can get that last scout signed. We have all of our coaches signed, which is very good. Advanced day here, and we got that last scout signed. So let's go ahead and sim to next season. We're going to go ahead and take care of the lines and then take care of our we're going to take care of our scouts first and then our lines, and then we are going to go ahead and end the video and get into the next season at the beginning of the next one. So let's go ahead and get up to year number get up to year number 3. So we'll also see who made jumps and who didn't, see who's NHL ready, who might not be. All right, so we're not going to do any of that yet. Dylan Larkin is still our highest overall, so that's interesting. Let's go ahead and go to assign scout now. So we should be able to change regions. Yes, we can now. So let's go ahead and sort. Now, Furland, we want to change region. Let's see, where was his A+ efficiency? He is North America. He is NHL. So, region accuracy. Where did we have him? We had him at Metro as an A. So let's go ahead and get him over there. So he's in the Metro now, and then we had Olchik at Central. So let's go ahead and change Olchik to the Central Division of the NHL. So NHL Central, there we go, confirm. All right, so we've got our 4 scouts here now. Let's go ahead and just see. So who's not an A+? Markstrom, where do you have an A+? So DEL, you have an A+ in Extraliga. So let's go ahead and Dahl, do you have a different A+? You do in the DEL. All right, so yeah, so Dahl, change region. We're gonna get you over to the DEL in Europe. So current assignment is Extraliga, but DEL is up here. Boom, travel. All right, so you're in the DEL, which means the DEL scout Markstrom needs to switch to Extraliga. So let's go ahead, not find prospects. Let's go ahead and change region. We need to get you to the Extraliga. There you are. All right. Let's see. So Moreau, USA Central. So you're going to go in West or East. You're going to go in West. So Moreau is going to go in East. So let's go ahead and get Patolny into West. He is going to be in USA West. Perfect. So then we have USA Central here and Strachan. Patolny we have at Central. Or wait, did he have an A+? He has an A+ in West. Okay, yeah, that's where he's gonna be. And then Moreau. Let's see. So I think Moreau, we're going to switch to, yeah, Moreau or Strachan is switching to Central, and Moreau is going to go East. Yeah. Okay, so Strachan, we're switching to Central. So let's go ahead and get him to USA Central. There we go. And then he is going to go to East. So Moreau is going to USA East. Boom, there we go. All right, so now what are we looking at here? So we have 2 NLA scouts. So NLA is Nordic. which means we need, or no, NLA is also Europe, or no. Wait. Okay, so no, we just, wait, I'm confusing myself now. Okay, so we have Extraliga, DEL. So we need an NLA and an ice. So NLA, that's good with me. Is he good at ice? Ew, excuse me. Rosa is going to go ahead and switch to ice. So, oh, there we go, ice, perfect. Okay, so Benin at QMJHL. I don't think that's how that's supposed to work. I think he is OHL. So let's go ahead and change the region here. North America, CHL. And he is going to here, OHL. So now we're going to have a different OHL scout, I think. Park. Wait, Park has an A+ in OHL. Okay, so Benin is going, oh, he's gonna go QMJHL. Yeah. Alright, well, I screwed that up a little bit, but other than that, I think we are good here. Yeah, other than that, okay, so other than that, we are good. I'm just gonna have to remember to come back in and switch him off of OHL, put him back on QMJHL. Yeah, so Talixon, yeah, he's definitely WHL. Okay, so yeah, okay. So I'm just gonna have to remember to switch him, but let's go ahead and we are going to, realistically, we could just sim to the regular season. I can move him and then we can look at lines. So let's go ahead and do that. Decline another trade block. We have the squad we want and we have the pieces that we want. So let's go ahead and decline all of these. Boom. Let's go ahead and get rid of the surpluses here. All right, so there we are. We are good for the trade block. Let's go ahead and get into the regular season here. I'm going to go ahead and move that OHL guy back to the QMJHL. And then the auto scouting is on, so just to be salary cap compliant. I know we already are. Preseason is complete. All right, so in the next video is where we're going to actually make our line moves. So let's go ahead and go to assign scout here. Now all these guys are out, but what we're going to go ahead and do is we have 2 OHL scouts here and we don't want that. So it was a Benin that we're going to go ahead and change region. We're going to put him back into QMJHL, and we can get the other stuff taken care of now. So QMJHL, boom. He's going to be moving. He will be assigned when he gets there. He'll auto assign out. We have all of our pro scouts. We have all of our amateur scouts, and we are looking good. So we should actually have really good scouting this year. We only have C's over here in the Nordic and Europe leagues. Other than that, we're looking pretty dang good. All right, so we're good there. Now let's go ahead and look at our lines. Now we're not going to edit any of the lines now. So rather than going into lines, we are just going to go ahead into this roster moves screen here. So let's see who made jumps and who didn't. So we are looking at Larkin, line A, Raymond for line number 1. Sider is up there as well. Oh, Drysdale didn't get a bump. That is tough. Okay. But Zadina is up at 86 with Beauvillier and Roslovic at an 84. So we have 86, 85, 84 for the second line. That's not too bad. Keandre Miller up at 84. Drysdale at 84. Valeno's at 84. Casper jumped to an 81. Let's go ahead and look at in the system. Edvinson is up at an 81, so we're definitely going to move him up to play That is a guarantee. So we're going to go ahead and multi-select Edvinsson. NHL, we are going to go ahead and move down. Okay, let's go ahead and move down Clifton. Required to fix lines, that's fine. Now let's see. So the defense is a little bit lackluster. I expected Drysdale with the medium elite to get a jump, but I'm not too worried about it. We can move him if we want to get a guaranteed medium, or to get a guaranteed top line player. Now we do have almost 10 million cap space, so we can definitely take some cap back for him if we need to. Yeah, I think we might make that move throughout the season, even actually early throughout the season, but I think we're looking good. Now what we definitely want to do is let's go to forwards. We only want one extra forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's our main forwards. So we want one extra. It's going to go ahead and be Glendening. So Donskoy is going to move down. And then what we need to do is bring up a depth defenseman. So what we're going to do is to not stunt time of any of these main guys, because we're also going to want Brustovich playing, is we're going to go ahead and use Clifton as the depth player. Now, what that does mean is, so the top line for the AHL, actually, so let's go ahead and go back to NHL defenseman. We want 2 up here for defense, or actually we're going to want 2 forwards and 1 defenseman. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have Clifton as the depth. Edvinsson is definitely going to get time playing as top 6. So let's go ahead and take a look at our forwards. We can bring up another forward skater. So let's go ahead and go to in the system. Who do we want to bring up? As depth, I don't want to stunt Soderblom. He can go ahead and get top line. So it does say 4th line forward. I think we're going to leave him AHL again. What we're going to go ahead and do we have any forwards specifically? Not really. So Donskoy is going to go ahead and come up to the NHL as another depth forward. And then what we're going to look at is NHL. So a thing I am concerned about is not NHL, but AHL. What we're going to go ahead and do here is we want Wallander playing for sure with Johansson. So the top line is going to be Wallander, Johansson. Second line, I actually want to get McIsaac and Barton playing, and then Brustovich and probably Morin I want to get playing. He's got the X factor, so getting him playing would be good. So we're just going to go ahead and make a note here that we are going to keep on Wallander, we are going to keep on McIsaac, we are going to keep on Johansson, we are going to keep on Barton, Morin, and Brustovich. I'm probably gonna, yeah, okay. I kind of butchered it in my notes, but I'll know who I'm talking about. So those are the 6 we definitely want to keep up. So the guys that we do have the ability to move for potentially picks and or maybe other prospects are Hag, Lindstrom, Wallman. Let's see. So Morin, I definitely don't want to get rid of. Barton, I don't want to get rid of. So we have Wallman, Wallman, Lindstrom, and Hag that we can move on from. So I don't think that's too bad of an idea. We can keep Vero Forgione as depth defenseman in the AHL, so I am cool with that. But we do have that small list of people we could move on from that just aren't necessary in the system. So I think we can go ahead and we're going to hop out. We are going to look here, but we're just going to best lines this. We will see what they have as the best lines. Head coach preferred lines. So Vesalainen actually did get a jump to 81. So we might actually be able to play him somewhere up here. Now, this isn't how the lines are actually going to play out. Let's just do something throw together here. Now, Veleno up like that. And Casper potentially if it doesn't work. So that doesn't work out. Now, Casper does still have depth forward, so I'm fine with playing him on the 4th line with Rasmussen and Vesalainen. Excuse me. We have Kubalik, Veleno, and now is there someone? Let's see, scratched. So I actually, oh yeah, we did plan on having an 81 on that third line. The only unfortunate part is if I do toss Casper up there, we don't get much of a plus. Now, this is interesting to me. So Raymond doesn't fit that first line, but we could get a +3 on tossing Zadina up there. Raymond, it does say is a first line forward, but I don't think he's going to fall off if I play him second line with, say, now Roslovic has a good fit up there. Veleno doesn't, so I think this might be how we run the lines. We could probably definitely get, I mean, he's a two-way forward, but it's only +1 chem. I think we could get a lot of goal scoring here up here, but we will go ahead and finagle with all of this as we go forward. So let me know what you think here. There we go. I think that's how we're going to run it. Casper down the middle. There we go. Okay, I think that works. I like Rasmussen up there better than I like Jeannot. So, all right. But we will fully get into this. Let's go ahead and take a look. So that's not too bad, but I like that a little bit more with the synergies or with the chemistries. So we will definitely dive more into this at the beginning of the next episode, as well as potentially making moves for those AHL players that we don't quite need. Now, Brustovich, I don't know why it has him. Let's go and do head coach preferred. So Brustovich, Wallman, and Vero, it's putting on this bottom line. So what we might need to do before we actually get into any games, are there any scratched players? Let's see, scratched forwards. There are none. So we're going to need to go ahead and sign just some of these bottom line AHL forwards, because these guys are not going to be playing up here. Potentially we might be able to get like some top nines or something. Now we are going to make the moves for those guys before we actually get into the season, so that we can have the guys we want playing in their respective areas there. So yeah, we will go ahead and move into all of that at the beginning of the next episode, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.